Hello and welcome to the Droids podcast. Would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Anthony Nunes.
We both realized we were interested in this topic of robotics and the ways it could help senior citizens. Um, why is aging care one of the most important and misunderstood areas right now?
We're all going in that direction where we're going to need assistance as we get older. We're going to have family members that need it. Nobody can avoid it. When it comes to the most misunderstood component, care isn't a gadget problem. It's a systems problem. And so understanding the market, it's all really about delivering capability versus the latest technology. That's what the end users care about. What can you do to help keep me independent?
So, what are going to be the biggest challenges then if we're looking at deploying robots with seniors?
The biggest challenge is understand the overall market. It's not just the older adult anymore. You're looking at family, you're looking at caregivers, CNAs, doctors. The care is really a whole system.
Now, when you say it's already out there, what is out there today?
What I've seen be the most successful to date have been pet robots. These social emotional, robots like Tombot. Pero was the very first one of its kind. These are designed to really calm anxiety of older adults.
So Pero, was that the one that looked like a huggable seal that people could grab
Yes,
on? Oh,
it didn't need, a lot of fancy motors or any, other actuators. It just needed to provide value to the user.
so I'm very fortunate that I spend very little time in hospitals other than some volunteer work I do with my Star Wars group. I've seen robots that deliver medications.
Labor is a huge issue. If you reduce time that a nurse is taking something to the patient's room, you're delivering value
Where's the market going?
towards the fact where we can not replace humans in the home, but supplement them. And given the high cost of care, that's where things are going. There are going to be tools for these caregivers to be able to step back and not have to be there in person, via telepresence, so through video.
So I have an aging parent, but she's in excellent health. Let's say my aging parent still lives 10, 15, 20 years. Her goal is independent living. So what could she expect in that time frame?
She will have some type of moving robot in her living space. That may be something that comes in, checks in on her, whether that be a bipedal, a walking robot, or a rolling robot. A bipedal from individual home implementation, probably 8 years out. But a wheeled platform, realistically, it could be in there within the next 5 years.
My husband and I were getting a little older. We want to stay in our house, but we have a two-story home. We have more time for the technology to develop. What are we looking at if you take that vision down the road?
I think there's so many different types of households, and having deployed in this market for over a decade, I've seen everything. And, you wouldn't imagine all the different types of floor surfaces that you encounter. But you raise a valid point, right? With stairs, oftentimes what you see in two-story homes is as older adults age to begin to make it so that they can live on one floor, reduce that risk of falling downstairs. But when it comes to robotics, you can definitely see a variety of options here. You could see a moving robot on one floor, and you could see sensors or some type of stationary platform on the upper floor in the bedroom.
So I don't want to change my life to accommodate a robot. I want a robot that just slots, into my life. So you were talking about a robot that could fall down the stairs and the dangers that that could present.
Safety is non-negotiable in this healthcare system. The last thing you want to do as a robotic platform is be the cause of a safety incident. Within these companies' minds, as they move into the home, especially around older adults, the lightest touch could cause a safety incident. Knocking something over that wasn't there on the floor could cause a safety incident because it causes a fall risk. Just like a human can fall, a robot can fall if it's walking on two legs. So a lot of that has to be addressed up front. This market is not forgiving. You will not be able to deploy a robot and have those type of incidents happen and be able to recover it. So it has to operate inside these real homes and deal with these real situations that are going on and real workflows. A robot has to be able to operate around us safely.
So what's next for you?
I'm looking to work with a company to implement a robotic solution within the next few years into the market and lend my expertise and the hard lessons I've learned.
Appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today.
Thanks, Diane. I really appreciate it. Thank you.